Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watcheries. It's been a couple days. Today on the channel I have a premiere, actually, well, for at least the Watch Addiction Watch Review channel. Today we're taking a look at the Yema Superman 2 Maxi dial. Now Yema has been, sparking a lot of interest on the forums and Instagram ads, I'd say. I've seen them a lot. Obviously some other channels have worked with Yema as well. You've seen it all over YouTube, and well, I guess I'm late to the party. But I do have the Superman 2 in front of you, and I want to show you what I think about this watch and the brand. So Yema is a brand from France, originated in France. They've been around for a long time. They were recently revitalized. And they actually have their own in-house movement now, which is actually inside of this watch right here. The Superman 2 Maxi dial. The Superman 1 has that thing with the crown that stops it from moving, that screws down with the crown. This is more of a vintage styled straight up diver with large Maxi plots going around for the hour markers. And it's a pretty cool design. There are some things I like about it, and there are also a lot of things I don't like about it. So this watch right here goes for $750 US. That's straight from the Yema website. I will link them down in the description below. You can also get it on the Tropic rubber strap for $690. And I will recommend you do get it on the Tropic rubber strap. I'll get into that towards the middle part of the video. But here's the first look at the watch. The actual box it comes in is actually pretty cool, and I do have it right here, as you can see. You get one of these zip-up pouches, but it's not one of the cheap ones that you get from the micro brands that kind of just rip apart like glue. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is actually a very well made one, and it is genuine leather, stamped Yema, with the French colors there. Inside of the box you do get your warranty card. If I get this open here, you do get your warranty card right here. So here we go. Your warranty card is in leather too, so I think that's pretty cool. So they originated in 1948, as you can see there. You get an international warranty from Yema, which is pretty cool, as you can see. www.yema.com, model number, etc. Just comes like that. That's pretty much it. And yeah, let's get more into the watch now. So the watch itself is a dive watch, obviously. We do have a 40mm case diameter. We do have a 12.5 case thickness here, which is pretty good for a an automatic dive watch with their own in-house caliber. As much as in-house you want to believe about it, I've heard some crazy stories, but it looks like they made it themselves. It's a nice movement. I will throw up a picture of the movement so you can get a glimpse of it. We do get a solid screw-down case back, so you will not get a glimpse of the movement on this watch here. So 40 by 12.5, 20mm pair of lugs here. The case is solid 316L brushed stainless steel, drilled lug holes, screw-down crown, 300 meters of water resistance, making this a very capable dive watch. Signed polished crown and polished screw-down case back there, which we'll get into. We actually do get a sapphire loomed bezel, all loomed markers. We get a date window at 3, quick set date, and winding hacking. Now this movement, not the most accurate movement, running about plus 15 or 20 seconds fast a day, which I guess is in the range. This is not a COSC certified movement. It's their first in-house movement, so I'll give them a little space there. About plus 20 seconds a day on this movement, which is kind of in like Seiko SNZH55 category. But it works. The movement beats at 4 Hz, 28,800 beats per hour. The movement itself is dubbed the MPB 1000. It has 31 joules, which is pretty impressive, and has some nice finishing on the actual main plate and the rotor. You can definitely see that in the picture there. Anyway, it's a very straight kind of lug design here, and as you can see with that bracelet, it kind of wears larger. But once you take it off this bracelet, it really wears much nicer on a rubber strap like a Barton's band or the Tropic strap option, like I did suggest. That's one of my really main gripes about this. As you can see here, the end link doesn't fold over. We do get solid end links, but it just doesn't fold over, so it kind of wears like a block on your wrist, which is really uncomfortable and just strange to the eye. Yeah, they definitely needed a folding end link there, so you can lay that flat. That's just one thing they need to improve. But overall, the quality on the bracelet for $750, it's not that bad. It's not the best. We do get a nice clasp here, which is actually pretty nice. The clasp itself, as you can see here, it's signed Yema and some other French stuff here. Custom buckle here, and it does come with a dive extension, which actually works pretty good. We get 4 micro adjustments, And it snaps down very secure, so everything fits nicely. I think they did a good job on the actual clasp. The bracelet itself, I must say, the finishing is not as good as the finishing on the case. So I guess they kind of cheaped out on the bracelet there. But the case finishing is very good and precise. As you can see there, that nice brushing, that nice vertical brush you can see right there on the side of the case. But the bracelet itself is not finished to the standard of the case, as you can see there. And it is using collars and pins, which is not my favorite thing. I would have much rather preferred a screwed oyster bracelet. I mean, the bracelet's actually pretty comfortable. You can definitely wear it. But with my 6.75 inch wrist, I did measure my wrist yesterday, because I have gained about 5 pounds since this quarantine. It just doesn't fit right on my wrist. I had to wear it on a rubber strap. Also, the spring bars are curved, so it's weird. Like, you have to curve them into the lugs. It's really weird. Just seems like it was done at last moment or so. I don't know. But the actual bracelet itself isn't that bad. It's really a pain to adjust, though. The little sleeves in the center portion of the links that you hammer the pin into are very delicate, and if you use a tiny bit wrong size, you will damage it and have to rebend it yourself. And that's when I realized I kind of that was my mistake there. So it took me about an hour or two to size the bracelet, and I was really going crazy. Definitely buy this watch on the Tropic rubber strap. You know, maybe their other H-link bracelets are much better, but this one, I don't think it's not for me, at least. Now, the actual bezel and bezel action is very good. We get a loomed bezel. The loom is really, really good on this watch. Definitely a strong point. The bezel action is very good as well. 120 clicks, no backplay at all. And everything does line up perfectly, which is nice to see. Really nice coin edging, very good grip there. Now, the actual movement itself is really, it's kind of weird. Like, you don't really feel it winding. It's kind of rough. I don't know, like a Sellita SW200 is way smoother. At least on this model, ow. At least on, yeah, I've kind of messed my hands up here. It's a little gritty over here. So I kind of scratched my hands a lot trying to set this thing. But yeah, I think they have some room to improve on this watch here. But the movement functions well. You get self-winding, and we get our quick set date. Now, a lot of people really complained about the date window on this watch. And also, I didn't mention we do get a flat sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on this black kind of sunburst style dial here, like a flat black with a sunburst effect. And I think it looks pretty nice. Definitely matches the vintage aesthetic with the sapphire bezel as well, and the coloring is all perfect. And we get our quick set date. Final position is hacking. We get that nice shovel, well, that pointed minute hand. Then we get this shovel sweeping seconds hand, which is pretty typical of vintage Yema watches. So I'm glad they kept that. But anyway, it's just really hard. It's a little hard to screw in. It really, I could show you here, it really hurts my fingers trying to screw this crown in. And I mean, I'm just going to be honest here. I'm honest in all of my reviews. I mean, it's a good watch, a nice looking watch, but they have to improve some aspects of the watch, I think. We get solid end links. We get a screw down case back with that nice Yema embossing there, which is actually really nice with the vintage Yema logo, 30 bar, 300 meter Superman, France. And yeah, case back looks fine to me there. But the case, I think the strong points on this watch are the Maxi design. I really like that. I like the sapphire bezel. I like the actual case. The case is very nice. It seems they put most of their work into the case finish and cut, and it really did show in that aspect. But yeah, you know, it's definitely a very usable dive watch. Something that's not going to be for everybody, I'd say. If you want a more modern dive watch, I'd definitely go for a modern dive watch. But if you're into vintage diving watches, you know, obviously you can get something vintage, brand new, just like this, just like all the other brands are doing, such as Longines, and Seiko's bringing back their MAS models and such. But yeah, it's definitely a very nice looking watch. That date window, the font looks a little out of place. I really wish they would have went for a no date movement and put another Maxi marker here. I think that would have looked much better. So we have about 50-50 good and bad on this watch. I mean, I haven't taken a look at any of their other watches. I'm sure some of their other watches are much more improved. But going by the in-house movement, the accuracy, the bracelet, the crown, you know, I'm not really so sure about this model. Let's check out the loom. The loom is actually very, very good. Here is a nice loom shot for you guys, and as I told you, this loom is freaking crazy. The loom is really good. I think it might be brighter than Seiko Lumibright. It's very evenly applied on the bezel and the hands. Even appears brighter in real life than it is right now. As you can see, this thing is extremely legible and really torches up at night. Definitely a big strong point on this watch. There she is planted on my 6.75 inch wrist. And as you can see, that end link just sticks out at the end. I mean, it looks great from this end, but then you look at it from the top and it's just kind of, ugh. It's very comfortable. It rides really flat on the wrist. Maybe if you had a bigger wrist, it would fit nicer. I mean, the bracelet's actually really comfortable in the clasp. No problems with that when it's on the wrist. Just sizing it was a big issue for me. But other than that, you know, it looks good on the wrist. It has that nice vintage aesthetic. Definitely looks exactly like a vintage Yema, which is pretty cool if you're a fan of them. But yeah, just that end link problem. So I would definitely recommend getting this one on the Tropic strap, and you'll be much, much happier. So that's pretty much going to be it for the Yema Superman 2 Maxi dial. I think it's a nice aesthetic. I like the vintage styling. I like the Yema branding. I think they have a nice logo. They're going by their tradition. They're staying true to who they are. And kudos to them for making their own in-house movement. Obviously, it's not perfect yet, but I'm sure in the future it will be. Just some small things like the crown is a bit sharp over here. The end links on the bracelet. Not huge things there, but like, oh, I can't wear this watch. Because of that, the font on the date window looks extremely out of place. But I think if you're looking for an everyday dive watch, hey, take it as you want it. I think it's a decent watch. The bracelet is definitely wearable, and I do like the clasp, as I stated, very secure. It feels very professional, and that cool case back with the Yema. But yeah, not a perfect watch, and that's always something new companies struggle to get right. Obviously, it's going to take a couple of months. They do have new models coming out, so I'm sure they've improved some of that on their newer models. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. As usual, definitely throw me a like if you enjoyed the video of the Yema Superman 2 Maxi dial. Hopefully in the future I can bring you more reviews of some of their newer watches. I really wanted to review the Superman 2, the standard original one, but they actually sent this over instead. I don't know why, but anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys real soon on the next video. Bye.